This question belongs to data structure subject and was asked in GATE CSE 2014 set 1. So the question states, consider the following pseudocode. What is the total number of multiplications to be performed? Where we have d equals to 2, then we have for I equals to 1 to n do, for j equals to I to n do, for k equals to j plus 1 to n do, d equals to d into 3. So here we are multiplying d by 3 each time. So half of the product, so we have to find the number of multiplications. Options are half of the product of 3 consecutive integers, 1/3 of the product of 3 consecutive integers, 1/6 of the product of 3 consecutive integers, and none of the above. So actually this is very complicated to find the number of multiplications, because here we have 3 loops and each of them are running for different number of times. It runs from 1 to n, it from I to n, and it runs from j to n. So if you want to simplify it, take any value of n. Let us suppose we have an array of size 4 with the items 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then we can do it very easily. So I will run from 1 to 4, j will run from I to 4, and k will run from j plus 1 to 4. So when I is 1, so I will have 1 values, so these are I values. So I will have value 1, 2, 3 and 4. For I equals to 1, j can have values from 1 to 4, I to 4. So from here j will have values 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now see, for this value 1, k will have values from 2 to 4, which is j plus 1 to 4. So it will have values 2, 3 and 4. And from each k iteration there is 1 multiplication. And for this 2 it will have values 3 and 4. For this 3 it has value 4. And for this value it will run for no time, because when j becomes 4, then k has to run from 4 plus 1 5 to 4. So this is not possible. So here we will have 3 plus 2 plus 1, which is 6. So this will have total 6 multiplications. Okay. Now here what will happen? When I is 2, then j will have values 2, 3 and 4. For j value 2, it will run for 3 and 4 2 iterations. For j value 3, it will run for 4 only 1 iteration. So total iterations are 3. Now when I is 3, then j will be 3 and 4. For j3, k will run from 4 to 4, which is just 1 iteration. For this 4, it won't run. For this one, j will have only value 4, and this k loop will run from 5 to 4. It can't run, so it will have 0 multiplications. So total multiplications are 6 plus 3, 9 plus 1, 10. Now let us see. So half of the product of 3 consecutive integers. So can we write 10 as half of the product of any 3 consecutive integers? Let us suppose here we have n as 4. So 3 consecutive integers are 3 into 4 into 5. Or let us suppose, what are the number of consecutive integers? So these are 2, 3, 4 is a consecutive, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and all are divided by 2. So these are multiplication of 4 into 3, 12 into 2, 24. We can also have 1, 2, 3. So 3 into 3, 6. Then we have 20. 5 into 4, 20. 20 into 3, 60. So you can see if you even divide by 2, it comes out to be 3, it comes out to be 12, it comes out to be 30. No one is equal to 10. So this is false. 1/6 of the product of 3 consecutive integers. Okay. If you do 1/6 of these values. So 6 by 6. First let us calculate this value. 6 into 5, 30. 30 into 40, 120. 5 into 6, 30. 3 into 7, 210. So if you divide all of them by 6, 6 by 6 is 1. 24 by 6 is 4. 60 by 6 is 10. Yes, this comes out to be 10. Okay, so 1/6 is possible. Half is not possible. Let us do 1/3. So 6 by 3 is 2. 24 by 3 is 8. 60 by 3 is 20. 120 by 3 is 40. See here, 10 is not coming and it is increasing. So 1/3 is also not possible. None of the above is also not possible. So answer is 1/6 of the product of 3 consecutive integers. You can do by taking any example and can see whether we can write it as product of 3 consecutive integers, like n into n plus 1 into n plus 2 by 6. Can we write it like this or not? It is very simple method to do these type of questions. So answer is option C.